Hello.
Hello, Ian. How we doing?
I saw the most adorable thing ever this week on the internet, and that's you with your son, the little
Wow.
baseball outfit, the
Little
little bag of
baseball
chips
outfit.
he's got
Yep,
there. I think he had a hat on.
he
You had
did.
the dad with your we're at the baseball field dad vibe going.
Yep,
It was very
I
cool.
had my team hat on as well. We had our matching hats. We started T-ball.
T-ball. Are you coaching? Are you what's your
No, no,
deal?
no, no,
Okay,
no.
you're just hanging out.
I'm just hanging out.
Okay.
Yeah, so big twins are almost 5.
Mhm.
We've got, as I've mentioned many times before, we've got cousins in the immediate area. And
Okay.
so older boy is on a T-ball team with 2 of his cousins, which is already super
Oh,
fun.
yes, that's great.
Um and grandpa is a team helper, and so he's out
Oh.
on the field, telling him like, no, turn around, look at the batter, like, get ready. And so all the aunts and uncles, grandma and grandpa, it's just like a big family affair.
Wow,
So
that's cool.
yesterday was the first game. This is my first T-ball experience ever.
Oh, wow, okay.
They had a few practices,
Mhm.
and our son is very sweet. He's a very sweet boy and was a little shy, but yesterday at the first game, he started to get into it. We saw the
Okay.
confidence bloom.
That's great.
So it's great. Not a I don't like baseball, never have. Probably will steer him away from baseball in the
Sure.
future.
Mhm.
Just because games are always on Sundays, like, when you get older,
Mm,
not T-ball,
yeah.
but like real baseball. Games are always on Sundays. It just takes forever. But team sports, I don't, I have no illusions that any of my children are going to be professional athletes, but team sports are great.
Mm.
Of course, grew up on team sports, and I think it's good for confidence and making friends and stuff like that. So we're doing it.
Alright, I'm gonna with these situations, I like to drop a little reality bomb on you, so I'm
I
gonna
know you
just drop
do.
a little reality
That's
bomb
what
on
you
you.
call it. You burst whatever bubble I'm
That's
blowing, and you say you call it a reality bomb.
It's not a total burst, but it's like you're like, "Oh, man, this one day a week on Sundays, it's a lot. I don't want my Sunday eaten up." I'm just gonna tell you, that's not how the kids' sports work anymore. It's like 5 days a week. So, you're gonna be thinking, "Oh, it's one day a week. I wanna have the optimal day of the week for this." No, no, no. There's 5 days of the week. You're trying to salvage 2 somewhere. Sometimes there's 7 days a week, but
No,
5 days a week is gonna be like your minimum.
I am the parent. I
Yeah.
am in charge.
Okay, sure, sure. We'll see how
We
it goes.
our lives will not revolve around kids
Yeah.
sports. I
Yeah. I
refuse. I
I have
refuse.
even worse news for you is that you have 4 kids, and so
That
that's,
is
like,
true.
literally impossible. Even if you manage to somehow keep them at only a couple days a week, you have 4 of them. That's already 8 days a week right there. You're in big trouble,
That is true. I am
but
in big trouble, but I am still
yes,
the captain, and
for now,
our lives will not revolve around
yes.
sports.
I mean, we mostly kept to that. During COVID, my son who was into soccer, was playing a ton of soccer, which we were like, whatever. At least we're out of the house and he's doing stuff, so we kind of we're good with it. But we are mostly not. We're definitely not in the like our kids are going to be professional athletes. Which again, like 75% of the other parents are there for their kids to become professional athletes. So that's its own
Embarrassing.
fun dynamic to work through. Um, but yeah, yeah, yeah. Who knows what the kid's gonna like? Our oldest, like we tried every sport. He ended up not liking any of them. The middle one loves play every sport. Who knows? It's all you got to see where it all shakes out. But yeah, T-ball's cool. It's fun. It's the lowest stakes
Fun.
it's gonna be.
Yep.
They're just out there. There's not like nobody's yelling at them that they
Yep.
didn't throw the ball to the right base and whatever. Like it's all
There are
chill.
almost
So
as many dads and grandpas on the
right,
field as there are kids.
right,
So it's
yeah.
like we're just out here to have a little bit of fun.
Very cool to have the cousins together. We were
So
like the
cool.
first to have a kid by like quite a number of years. So like our oldest didn't really have the other people on the team vibe. My daughter does have that with the horse stuff with her cousin, but it is very nice to have the cousins and the family
Yeah.
vibe there. So that's cool. All right. So T-ball's underway.
T-ball's
Stuff's
underway.
happening.
Yep.
Um, What else is going on? What did you do this week? What's new?
Well, we'll save the Project Hail Mary review for the end. So
What?
I saw a
What?
movie in theaters.
What? How
We'll
did you beat
save
me
it.
to this movie?
We'll save it for the end of the show. So stick around, folks.
Wait a
because
minute. Wait a minute.
It's
Wait.
really good.
I don't like that you went. You didn't tell you if you had told me that you were going, I would have definitely gone.
You
We could
know,
have done a movie podcast.
I move in silence, Ian.
You're stealthy.
I'm
You're
a
an
man of
assassin.
mystery. I saw it
All
in
right.
IMAX. So stay tuned to the end of the show. That's called a tease. That is a professional move.
I got to drive 40 minutes to IMAX. You know that? 40 minutes.
That sucks.
But I think I got to do it.
I think so.
I got to do it. For this movie, I
so.
think it needs to be seen in IMAX.
Interstellar, Dunkirk, Hail Mary are some of my favorite movies I've seen in IMAX.
Nolan man. Okay.
Yeah, big Nolan man. All right.
Teaser.
Stick
End of
around.
the show.
Stick around, folks. I pushed a bunch of videos to Faster.dev last week.
All right, let's go.
So, we're getting that flywheel moving. I'm very much enjoying it, I must say.
Okay.
So what I'm really enjoying about it is less the like, here's a series on XYZ, and more the here's something cool I just did, learned, here's a tip, trick, tactic, that sort of stuff. So more, which I think is appropriate for the subject matter because it's moving so quickly. It has to be like, hey, here's something I did today. See if it still works, you know?
It can't be like 2 months from now, I'm going to have this course ready on the thing I learned yesterday. It's just, it's not
a chance.
Maybe that happens for the things that stick, right? Like you can build those out into bigger things, but yeah.
So in pursuit of that, and I want to talk about just as a meta concept, building internal tooling, but in pursuit of that, I've built an internal tool. So the internal tool, it's a desktop app. And so part of my process is I record here on my MacBook, and then I have all the video like processing of like exporting the screen flow, uploading all of that. That all happens on the Mac Studio in the back. Because I don't want to tie up this machine. I want it to work. Like I want to like chuck it over the wall and then go home and let that continue to work, even though my laptop is shut. Right. So we've talked before about Jump Desktop, which is a very good, remote control service software to VNC into the Mac Studio. That's how I have been doing it. I have, a shared like in Finder and the sidebar, I can drop files and it ends up on the Mac Studio. And then I use Jump Desktop to go in and start the ScreenFlow export. Ain't nobody got time for that, right? No. I got stuff I got to do. I got sports to get to.
It's already too long.
Yeah, it's already too long.
Automate it.
So I built Auto ScreenFlow, which will never be published. This is not. Yeah, I like it. Don't worry. Don't worry, Ian.
Don't publish anything else. We got a lot going on.
Don't worry.
In your world there. I can't be having you with another project.
Well, it won't be published. We'll say that much. Okay. So Auto ScreenFlow is it's a two-headed application. One runs here on the MacBook, and then the exact same app runs on the Mac Studio in a different mode. Okay. So they speak to each other.
All right. We're not reinventing Dropbox, I hope. This is something different.
No, it's better than Dropbox.
All right.
Yeah,
keep going.
Better.
Keep going. You got to. Okay. The app's running on both machines.
Running on both machines. On the MacBook Pro, it's in like remote client mode. On the Studio, it's in host mode. Okay. They both come online. They see each other. The connection is established. We're all good to go. I drop a ScreenFlow file onto the MacBook Pro app. Okay. It just does an rsync over SSH. So it's very simple. I haven't invented, I don't need to host any infrastructure or anything. Right. So it does rsync over SSH. But when it gets to the Mac Studio, through the power of computing, it launches ScreenFlow. It uses AppleScript to control it so it can do the full quality export.
Oh,
Then,
AppleScript. Okay.
yeah. So we're using Rust and
We're in
AppleScript
there.
and
Yeah.
rsync. We're doing it all.
You're
So
desktop
then
man now. It's
I'm
crazy.
desktop man. I'm desktop man. When everything's a hammer, all you have is nails, or however
There you
it
go.
goes.
Sure.
So it uses AppleScript. It does the
Okay.
full export, which could take 20 minutes. So I'm
Right.
not even watching. That's
You don't know
already a
anything about
benefit.
that.
I don't know
Right.
anything about it.
Yes.
And then it just kind of sits around and waits for the export to finish. Then when the export finishes, it uploads it to R2. I haven't touched the thing. So
Okay.
it finds the exported .mp4, it uploads that to Cloudflare R2. Then the Faster.dev web app comes along, Laravel, looks in the Cloudflare R2 bucket for new videos, sends those to Modal.com.
Does all your processing.
Modal transcodes it. All I have to do is drop the ScreenFlow on the MacBook Pro Auto ScreenFlow app, and I then, like, maybe an hour later, after all the transcoding's done, I can go to faster.dev/admin, and there is a video that all I have to do is hit publish, and we're good. It's live on the site.
This automation,
Look at this. Man. Look at this. How great is this?
Now, do you think?
No, don't do you think
you
me. Let's revel. Let's enjoy the beauty of the process for half a second before you think me. I don't want you to don't you think me.
Couldn't you sync over to the studio via iCloud or Dropbox or G Drive, whatever you want, and just have AppleScript pick it up? Like, do you need this special app you built? It seems like AppleScript could just do everything you just said, as long as you get the file over there.
First of all, how dare you? Second,
pretty sure AppleScript can open ScreenFlow. You know what I'm saying?
It does. In fact, that's what the desktop app does. It uses AppleScript to open. So the desktop app handles the coordination.
Okay.
So it handles
the file.
Well, if I drop 6 files onto Auto ScreenFlow, as I will often do, it handles the queuing, the setting up, the monitoring for completion, and then it has the S3 SDK built into, like, the Rust layer of the desktop app, so that it can upload it to R2. So the AppleScript is like a little part of it, but the like job orchestration, the queuing, the uploading, the moving of the files once everything's done, all that is handled at, like, this lower layer. So if I were to use, like, Google Drive or Dropbox, I could eliminate the transfer part, but that part's super easy because it just rsyncs over SSH to the other machine, and it's a lot faster that way instead of going to the cloud and back.
Right. Okay.
What else you got, Ian? I'll shoot them down. You give me another one.
Perfect topic for the thing we're going to talk about in a little bit, which was a tweet by your boy Jason Fried.
Yes.
Which is exactly related to this, because these internal tools, while interesting and useful, like, it's just more stuff to decay. Do you know what I mean? That's the part I don't like about the internal tools. Like, this is a key part of your workflow. You're going to upgrade macOS, it's going to break. You're going to have to go fiddle it, figure it out, rebuild it, like, which is fine. But the more of those you have, the more of that work has to happen. The more times it breaks at a bad time for you, all that kind of stuff.
What then would you have us do, Ian? As the Bible say, what then would you have me do?
Just saying.
This
like,
is
it feels like you could do this without a custom app.
You're taking the wrong angle. You should love this.
I love it.
Be a yes man.
I do love that you have this whole little thing saving you time. I do enjoy that. I think all this stuff, it's all very, like, monkey busy work stuff, which you have eliminated. So I think that whole part's very good. The transcoding stuff seems great. I love all that. It's great. I'm just saying, this one little app, it's maybe, I don't know if you need that little app. You know what I'm saying? I think maybe
the app.
You pushed it to the edge just because you could. You didn't ask if you should. Do you know what I'm saying?
I don't know what you're saying. I don't. I'm just not even gonna I'm not even gonna give you quarter here. I don't know what you're saying. This is perfect.
Yeah.
This is perfect. If I were to push it to the edge, you know what I would have done?
Yeah.
I would have bought autoscreenflow.com. I probably would have renamed it because it's, like, trademarked. I would have bought something. I would have turned it into.
Please.
I would have built distribution. I would have charged $99 for it.
Started a Twitter account.
For a use case where 4 people in the world would find it helpful.
Listen, we've
For
cured you of that. You used to have that syndrome. You are cured.
I'm in remission. I don't know. I don't know if I'm cured. But in this case, this took me, I don't know, what is time? This took me some number of tokens, right?
Sure.
That I'd
Nobody
already,
cares
they're
about tokens. Who
prepaid.
cares about that?
They're
Yeah, that's free.
prepaid tokens.
They're already
I bought
free. It
them.
doesn't matter.
They're
Yeah,
free.
they're free.
Save for the $200 that I paid.
But
They're
then that's
free.
That's free compared to your salary. It's literally free.
That's what I'm saying. And
So,
you're over
next
here. You're over here screaming that I should just be
No,
doing a monkey. I should be a
not about
monkey.
that part. No, I'm just saying you're making more technical debt for yourself. Everybody's out there building lots of technical debt. Apps that they don't even remember that are doing something. All that kind of stuff.
So here's part of the trick is as you're building the things that you will then forget about,
Sure.
you have to build every process into code, right? So for example, how do I get it? It's built on this MacBook machine. How do I get it over to the Mac Studio? Oh gosh, do I build it and then I copy it over? Or what do I do? No, none of that. You have your clanker write a script that says npm run deploy : Mac Studio. And what it does is it encapsulates every single thing that needs to happen, including building the binary, of course, but then SSHing into the Mac Studio and placing it in the application's directory. So like, I don't have to remember, oh, I need to update this thing. I just say like, hey, can you go ahead and deploy this to the Mac Studio if there's ever a change? I haven't changed it in like, a week, which is forever. But if there's ever a change that needs to be redeployed to the Mac Studio, I just tell Clank, go ahead and deploy it. So I don't, everything that should be remembered should be written in code so that I don't have to remember it. What do you got now, huh?
Kids, sit down. Daddy's going to tell you a little story about the old days, okay?
Don't call yourself daddy, but I don't even like where this is going. Save for that. I don't like where this is going.
Here's the thing. We don't have to spend too much longer on this. We got to pay some bills and all that stuff.
Understand what I'm dealing with? This is Monday morning. I come in and this is what I get hit with. All right, daddy, what do you got?
Here's the thing. Back in the old days of the internet, okay? This is how everything operated. Everybody had a scripts. We got a Perl script to do this, and a Perl script to do that. We got a Perl script to do this. We got a PHP script to do that. It's on that machine. It lives on this machine over here. It's the only machine it's on. Oh, something's broken. You got to go to that machine. You got to do something because that's the machine where the script lives, right? Like that's how everything worked. And then everybody realized, it's not the best when it works that way. It's kind of fragile. Nobody remembers that script even exists. You upgrade Perl, everything breaks, all that stuff. So now everybody moved to things being more centralized, cloud-based, blah, blah. Now we're going back to, hey, I can build this stuff on my local machine. That's great. You're going to change machines, things are going to upgrade, stuff's going to break. We're just reinventing the thing we've already done, which we know is not really the best way to do it. Now you have the AI to help you, which in the past you didn't, and the AI's got better memory than you, which I will concede that. So there are some differences. But it's still, there's still that vibe out there of that type of thing.
This is old man yells at cloud. This is
a little bit.
Actually, this is old man yells at desktop and suggests cloud instead. Actually, but regardless, this is insane.
Okay, interesting. Insane. Okay,
this is one of your all-time takes, Ian. This is insane.
Now
I'm glad we've come back around. There was a period where you were right about everything, and you were winning at poker, so you were both right and rich.
Yes,
and I'm glad we're back to old school Ian, where he's just got the worst takes ever.
We're reversing to the mean.
No, man.
Yeah,
it's good to be back. There's a sense of comfort. There is a sense of nostalgia with you just having the no takes.
So you are not into this yet. But I do feel like what you need, if you're going to go down this road of like, we got a million little scripts everywhere doing little scripty things, is you need a claw. I feel like the claw is sort of the key piece. Now, I don't like OpenClaw because
LARPing.
The more I learn about OpenClaw, it's even worse. But I'm exploring this idea of the Nano Claw, I think it's called, which is like a much simpler, more security-focused version. You need something that's going to remember where all this shit is and how to fix it and how to build it and how to do it. and that's not going to be you. You're going to be too busy. You're going to have a software app. You got Faster.dev. You got all this stuff. You got 4 kids. You're not going to remember any of that stuff. But the claw, it could remember. So the claw, to me, if you're going to have a million scripts, you kind of need the claw to be the command center of your million scripts.
I will concede a spiritual claw. I think
Okay.
open claw is LARPing. I think it's
Yeah.
like,
I don't like the open claw.
hey, let me pretend to do work, and then it's like, oh, here's your report on stuff you could do, and then you're like, I'm not reading that.
Yeah, that stuff's all stupid. But
I
like,
think
hey,
that
I have a
stuff's all
script that
stupid.
does something. This thing broke. Do you know where in my empire of scripts this thing is? Like, I think it will probably be good at that, or something claw-like will be good at that.
I think that could be interesting.
You know what I'm saying?
I could see a centralized Laravel application with Laravel AI that has a set of
Okay.
tools, that has a web interface that's
Okay.
like, hey, you need to do this in this app, click this button, or here's how to do it, or you need to do that in
Mm,
this app. And so then every process or whatever like registers with this central errand
mm,
dashboard. I could totally see that. That seems
okay.
fine to me. But the
Okay.
idea of like, I'm gonna set up a claw that just like looks around on the file system and sees what's going on. I just don't buy it. I'm just such a no man
This is
on the whole
unbelievable.
claw thing
Yeah, you're a no man. Why are you getting no man on the claw?
because it's got Web3 vibes. It's like, isn't it cool? And you're like, yeah, what's it
Yeah.
do? And the answer is, isn't it cool? It's
Right.
like, I don't know. It doesn't do anything. So far,
I don't know about that.
the most useful Claw stuff I've seen can just be done with Claude or
Sure.
Codex.
Right.
I don't see what the Claw layer is adding.
Well, I think there's something there, but I think I just want the version that comes from Claude or OpenAI or whoever that's a little more refined, that's a little more secure, that's a little more, it's going to be maintained, presumably a little bit. Like, I mean, the Claude seems like it's got enough escape velocity that's probably going to be maintained, but
Hmm.
they also do this, they had a release today or yesterday that was like, I don't even know, like 2 million lines of code added or
I
something
know.
crazy, like hundreds of features added. It's like, this pace, it's just not workable probably. But, anyway, I don't know. I'm intrigued by the claw. You can't run it on your local machine yet and just give it free access to this is obviously the eternal battle with like running in dangerous mode, like a claw not in dangerous mode, totally useless. So it has to be in dangerous mode.
Right.
But to be maximally useful, I want it like on my main account. But if it's on my main account, it can like do anything and hose me. So I can't do that. So yeah, there's like some stuff to figure out there still.
This is why I think, and first of all, I think of all the Claw people, the creator is one of the most reasonable people that's out there.
Yeah, it's
And
reasonable.
it's all the apostles that are LARPing. I feel like Peter Steinberger's like eminently reasonable, and he's like, guys,
Yeah,
this doesn't this can't do what you want it to do. Like
right.
it can do this part really well, but it can't do that. So
Yeah.
that aside, that's why I feel like it's almost like a extension of the Life OS, where it's like all of my processes, my applications, my workflows are built in code in some dashboard. And maybe that dashboard has, maybe it's got MCP and Claude can just go and fiddle around with that specific thing. But the guardrails are there, probably using Laravel AI SDK and exposing tools and agents and all of that stuff to where it
Mhm.
can be like, hey, redeploy this thing. And instead of wiping out the database, it just calls the redeploy, which is like this, Laravel AI tool that has very strict guardrails. So
Yeah,
that, I think, is the platonic ideal of automate my life. It's continue to build up my own internal tooling to automate my
yeah.
life.
Okay. Alright. There's a claw
Oh,
in your future. There's a claw in your future. You're gonna get on
skeptical
board.
Ian.
I'm not on board yet myself in terms of actually having one, but I like the idea. I'm not there yet to actually building it, but, alright, let's pay some bills,
Let's pay for some tokens.
pay for some tokens. Alright. This week, brought to you by SavvyCal Appointments, scheduling infrastructure for agencies and in-house dev teams from the makers of SavvyCal. Check that out at savvycal.com/appointments. I will be using that very soon in outro, but not there just yet. Also, Bento, the email marketing and CRM platform built for the AI era. Send your product marketing and transactional email with Bento at bentonow.com. And Ray, debug in style with the newly released version 3 of Ray. Version 3 looks better than ever with a redesigned UI and themes, feels snappier than ever with major performance improvements, and is ready for the future with a built-in MCP server and more new features to come. Check them out at myray.app. Speaking of MCP servers, we use the superpowers. Matt, the CTO at Userscape, used the superpowers to build HelpSpot MCP, and
Oh, no
there was
way.
some further refinements after the superpowers phase. But yeah, superpowers, awesome. MCP, also awesome. People are going to be doing some cool stuff with that, I think, with the HelpSpot data. So we finally got around to building that, and yeah, bringing stuff into the AI era slowly but surely.
Do you have people asking for MCP stuff? Because I saw
We
Jesse
do.
Hanley tweeted like, "Boy, things are changing. Nobody wants to go to the
Yeah.
website. Everybody wants CLI and MCP."
Jesse Hadley, like I don't know, he gets I think a lot of his customers from Twitter maybe, and he gets like a certain type of customer. I don't know if I saw a couple of comments to that, which I also commented on, which was like, we don't know what you're talking about. We don't get any of these. Which I'm mostly in that camp of like that we definitely don't have a like, why isn't every part of this AI? Like we don't have that. But I would say that in the last month, MCP is the first. MCP is much more requested than like answer my stuff with AI, actually. Like what you would think for a help desk app,
Interesting.
like we'd have a bunch of people who are like, why doesn't this answer everything for me? Like we don't get many requests for that at all. Like the couple we do have is like for like software companies that are kind of cutting edgy types and they want it. So and it's something we're working on and will be coming this year. Our our version of that. But the MCP is the first AI thing that we have gotten like a fair amount of like, I would like to be able to do this AI type thing requested, and really just in the past month or two. So, yep, built that, which was pretty straightforward since we already have an API and other stuff and whatever. It's kind of just like another
Hmm.
flavor of the API. But
Did you use the
yeah,
Laravel AI SDK for it?
yes, I believe that's true. Wait, well, the Laravel MCP SDK
I
thing,
guess that's
yes,
right. Yeah.
yes, that we're using. So yeah, so it's doing that, and then our AI stuff right now runs on Prism, the actual AI functionality that is in HelpSpot because it's from we already got legacy code. It's before the Laravel AI SDK, but the new stuff is probably going to be mostly with the Laravel AI SDK. Anyway, I don't know. Matt's working on that, so I actually don't know the total specifics of the actual structure of that. But yeah, we like to use all the tools that Taylor hands down from the mountain. Since we're
That's
having quite a
right.
biblical episode here,
That's right.
so as he hands them down, we make use of them. And yeah, but the MCP is really cool. Like when you plug in, your support data and you kind of like talk to it and do Claude-ish type stuff. So pretty cool to see what people build with that. Yeah, the MCP. I know there was this big drama this week on Twitter too, like MCP
Oh
command
my
lines,
gosh.
blah blah. Like people are always fighting about this. It seems very straightforward to me. Like MCP is super useful for like enterprisey stuff, talking to other enterprisey stuff. Where like installing a command line thing is weird, and like what if I
Yeah.
have 20 servers, and like now I have this whole command line thing on 20 servers, and like it's all I don't know. It's just like another thing to install where I can just have like a more normal type MCP. Who cares about the context window? Like I'm making one call to do something and I'm getting a result. It doesn't matter. So yeah, I'm a big fan of the MCP, and I'm a big fan of command line. Like for personal work, when I'm coding and I'm working with the AI all day in like a single thread type of situation, sure, save me some tokens, save me some context window, great. But I don't think for like a B2B thing, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I think the death of MCP has been greatly
Oh, for
exaggerated.
sure.
It, I don't know.
Maybe there'll be
Can I
something better that comes along, who knows, some other protocol, maybe there's the protocol improvements, fine, whatever, but I don't think it's like command lines the thing that
I
kills
think it'll
MCP.
be MCP version 2. I think it's
Right.
already too ingrained to kill.
Yeah,
So
that's
if there
probably
if
true.
there were any mistakes, they'll just have to iterate on this
Right.
protocol.
Mhm.
Speaking of
Mm.
MCP,
'Kay.
Solo, let
Yes.
me just tell you quickly what Solo is
Yes, you
for
should do
for
that.
yeah, as I've realized. Solo is a desktop application that I have built. It is very good. It's your all-in-one agentic development environment. You can run your agents, your terminals, and your dev stack all in one place. Pretty good. All right. Solo has an MCP server
Right.
built in,
Mm.
so that your agents can be like, hey, is this process running? What's the latest output? Let me restart this process, all that good stuff.
Mhm.
I have historically not allowed the MCP to send bytes to a process
'Kay.
because I thought, yeah, it feels risky.
Mm.
Nah, caution to the
Nah.
wind.
You're all in.
Caution
Yeah.
to the wind.
I think that's a
I
smart
have
call.
I have just enabled in an unreleased version.
Okay.
I've just enabled uh the ability to send input and send raw bytes to a process via MCP. You
Okay.
can also, via MCP, spawn new processes.
Okay.
So, what this means
Mhm.
for the clever listener, you're already there.
Okay.
But for you laggards, what
Yeah.
this means is, I asked Codex inside of Solo. I was
Mm.
working in Codex, and I said, "Hey, can you spawn a Claude, a Codex, and a Gemini, and just start interacting with them? Just have it start
Okay.
doing stuff."
Yeah.
And so from inside of Solo,
Yeah.
Codex, using the Solo MCP,
Okay.
added 3 new agents and just
Mm.
started chatting with them. It's just sending, like, it's sending text input, it's sending control characters, it's doing enter, tab, all of that. And then using the read output tool, it's just reading the output back, and it's just talking back and forth with these, and I can like click into the other agents and just see, it's like, "Hey from Codex, how are you?" And I'm just watching these conversations happen.
So it spun up
So,
new tabs, like, it
it
creates
spun up
new
new
tabs in
tabs.
Solo. Okay, mhm.
Yep. So it spun up new tabs, and so I don't know where this goes exactly,
Sure.
um, but the ability for, because like Codex can spawn its own sub-agents, and it does.
Mhm.
Claude can spawn its own sub-agents, and it does.
Right.
But now Codex can spawn Claudes, and Claudes can
Right.
spawn Geminis, and
Yeah.
Geminis can spawn both.
Right. Yeah.
And so I don't know where this leaves us, but it's interesting,
It
and
is interesting.
that's what we optimized for.
This
And so
yeah.
in some regards, this is a counselor's primitive, right?
Right.
Because it's like
Yeah.
spawning these cross lab agents.
Mhm.
Um, but in some regards, you could also have like, you could have Codex be like the orchestrator and spawn up new Claudes that are maybe cheaper, or Geminis to do UI work or
Mm.
whatever, and then everything
Yeah.
comes back to your main orchestrator. So I don't know where it goes, but it's awesome.
This feels like one of those things, it's like, I can't think of any actual use for it, but at the same time, like, if you put it out there, like, maybe there is an actual use for it, and then someone's
Yeah,
gonna find it, and then you're gonna be like, "Oh, yeah," and then you can, like, push it and integrate into Solo that use case and make it like a
yeah,
feature or whatever. You know, like, there's something there with the idea of, like, cross-talking and maybe quick check with a different mod. We do, I mean, we on this show, we love the cross-model
we
checking with
do.
the counselors and the, like, different schools of thought that they each bring to it. So there is something there. It does add visibility. I mean, I can see some people liking it for like, yeah,
Yeah,
when I have like the agent spawn itself internally, I don't know, maybe there's some way to see everything it's doing, but most of the interfaces don't make it very clear to like actually see what each sub agent is really doing in
right.
detail. And so like if it got spun up instead in solo tabs, well, I could just pop in there and see what it's doing and look around. I don't personally care to look around and see what it's doing, but I could see, I know there are people who like to watch the flow of it. So yeah, there's something there. I think since you
There-
already have it, this seems like a small lift to
yeah.
enable. Now, how do you do the MCP? You have to still install the MCP in your project, or you just do it at the user level, I
You
guess?
do it at the user level.
Okay, so it's available.
So you go into settings and you turn it on. It's disabled
Right.
by default. You turn it
Mhm.
on. It starts on a port, and then it gives you instructions for how to install it in each of your coding agents at the user
Okay.
level.
Mhm.
And then from then on out, It just works. And everything,
Yeah.
it's nice because everything is project scoped. So like
Mhm.
you spawn a codex inside of a project and you say like use the solo MCP to figure out who you are, and there's like a who
Yeah.
am I command, and it's like, oh, it looks like I'm inside this project and I'm process number 11. It's like, great, talk to the other codexes and get them to work. And it's like, all right,
Yeah.
let me find the other codexes. Oh, they're number 12, 13, and 14. I'll send these, these bytes to
Yeah.
those and I'll monitor. And it's like, it's cool, it's just
I
fun to watch it
I
work.
Is there some advantage? Can the M's can they talk across projects?
They could if they
They
wanted
could.
to, sure.
Okay, I could see a world where, like, that's sort of interesting. Like, in dangerously mode, obviously, like, you're in one project, it can still do stuff in the other project
hmm
directly anyway, but maybe there's, like, some benefit to doing it at the solo level so that, like, I don't know, maybe there's something there. I don't know exactly what, but there's something with, like, the cross project. There's been a few times I've had to do stuff cross project, and it feels like a little weird having, like, the one AI from the one project go to the other project, which it
Right.
can do, but, like, I don't know, some formalization of that seems also kind of intriguing for some reason I can't quite put my finger on, but
Yeah, that's
there's something
interesting.
there.
There's
There's something
something
there.
there.
I like it.
And
I'm wait
regardless of like spawn a new agent and talk to it, it's also
Mhm.
just nice that the agents can now have full control over these
Yeah,
other processes, whether that's, npm dev
right.
or, tailing the logs or just spinning up a blank terminal. It's
Mhm.
nice that these agents now have the full life cycle of read and write.
I'm full-time in solo now, man, so I need you to keep
Oh,
this thing,
I've got
yeah,
great improvements coming for you. So
yes,
you sent
that's what I
me you
need.
sent me a message,
Yeah,
and
that's my biggest issue.
fortunately, so
Mm,
far every time you send me a message, I'm already halfway through
yes.
fixing it.
There we
Fortunately.
go.
So the message you sent me was after like long sessions or huge amounts of output, things kind of start to break down.
Yeah.
Um, I independently came across that,
Mhm.
and so no project is ever done, which I hate to admit to you.
Dude, it's
Hate
so
that
true.
so
I know,
much.
it's like that's my
Hate it.
the just most obvious thing in the world once you've done this for a while, you're like, "Oh, it's never done." Like, there's just it doesn't matter, anything. It's just infinite requests and bugs and whatever.
Just, and especially on today's episode where you just come in and you dog me, and then I have to turn around. I have to
Oh,
turn around and
man.
admit that solo
This
will
is an
never
easy
be
one. There's
done.
no chance I'm wrong about that one. That's one of my most assured beliefs that
I
I
just
would never
hate that
couldn't
for
imagine
me
being wrong
so
on it.
much.
Yeah.
So I'm
Just
in
so
solo,
obvious. Yeah.
and I'm hitting these things where it's like, oh man, after an hour of ripping tokens, it's like things are starting to, oof, we're starting to slow down a little bit. Um, so under the hood, it's Xterm JS, which is great. No complaints
Mhm.
about Xterm whatsoever. The problem is, eventually you get to where Xterm's hanging on to 10 megabytes of scroll back, right?
Yep. Mhm.
And that's not ideal, because you may have 20 processes running that are all hanging on to 10 megas of scroll back, and it's all JavaScript. And so like there's just the laws of the universe haven't changed.
Right.
So um I did an architectural rewrite,
Okay. Again.
version
No
3 here,
right, yeah, okay.
um whereby um I spawn the process, and I
Okay.
used to do a lot of work to make sure that we didn't miss any bytes and then send it
Mhm.
over to Xterm. And there's all these like attachment epochs and like, did we miss anything? Let's replay it, whatever.
Okay.
There's now a new player in the chain. So I
Mm.
spawn the process and I run it through VT100, which is like
Okay.
basically like a headless terminal emulator in Rust only. This is very similar to um, the PHP library that I wrote called
Mhm.
Screen, which
Mhm.
like consumes all the bytes, finalizes the last frame, and then displays that to the user, right?
Mhm.
And so it like handles all the ANSI, all the movement of the cursor, all of that. Now, in solo, what happens now is this like VT100 layer is responsible for parsing and handling all of that.
Okay.
And so on the front end, it becomes so much lighter that it just renders like the final frame. But if you
Mm,
scroll back, you still get the entire scroll back, but it's coming from the Rust side. And so
okay.
what this means now is like, and the reason I ran into this was AMP. Um, AMP's loading screen has this beautiful, like,
Right, yeah.
text
Yeah,
art,
sure.
ASCII thing. And it's
Yeah,
just like spamming bytes through the
right.
channel because it's like,
Yeah.
let's update 60 times a second
We
just to
need a
draw this
game level
animation.
refresh rate. Yeah,
Yeah. Which is beautiful and I have no problems with. I just need to make it work.
right.
So now when you change tabs, that's no longer handled at the JavaScript level. That is
Mm.
then backgrounded, handled at the Rust level, which is super duper
Mm.
fast. And
Right.
when you change back, it immediately gives you the latest rendered frame and then becomes live again. But if you
Mm.
were to scroll back, you still get all of your scroll back. So we're deep in the weeds, and I gotta say, it's very good. It's
Every
very
week.
good.
Every week, we just watch you go one lower,
Yep.
closer to the metal. It's like
Yep.
every week, oh, I gotta get
Mhm.
a little closer to the metal. Every
Mhm.
week. Next week, you'd be like, I rewrote it in C. I had to go all the way down.
Yep.
I'm at the bare bones. I need the
Mhm.
maximum performance. This whole project is the ultimate like programmer's credo. We did it because we thought it was going to
Oh,
be easy. It's
100%.
like, why can't I just put like Ghosty inside of a shell of an app and
I'll
like it
just
just
grab
works?
X
Like,
term and it'll
right.
handle everything.
Yeah, like can't I
Forget
put this in a
that.
frame? Like that's a thing, right?
Yeah.
I put this in the frame and then it's done. We're way away from put this in a frame.
So
Yeah.
to the haters that
That's not me,
comment
by
on
the way.
YouTube and are like,
Oh.
"Oh, your vibe coded app has bugs." Listen, how are we supposed to learn this stuff if not shipping, right? So
Gotta
we
ship.
we
You
put
must
it
ship.
out there. We must ship. You put it out there, you get the feedback and you
Yeah.
fix it. What is so hard to understand about that?
And this is an app that is at this stage for people, it will become a critical app. But at the point
Yeah,
you released it, it is not a critical app. It's like I
right.
was using Ghosty. I'm trying out the solo thing. Oh, it crashed. That sucks. I'm gonna go back to Ghosty and like whatever. And then I'll try out the next build. It's working a little better. Good. Like I last a little longer before I have to go back to Ghosty. And now we're to the point where I'm in it full
We
time
press
already.
on. We
And there's
press
some bugs we're gonna
on.
fix, but like I feel like I know you're on it and we're getting close. And once we get this scrolling bug fixed, which it seems like this is going to fix, then I won't really even have any beefs. Then it'll just be like feature stuff. There might be little feature things, but like I feel like it sounds like you're getting
We're getting there.
the core aspect that must
Yes.
work perfectly is getting close to working
If
perfectly.
if the terminal does not work, there is no app. That
Right.
is that is the entire
There
that's
can't
the
be any
entire thesis.
friction with that because you're
No
competing
friction.
with like, I'll just go back to Ghosty, which has no friction or iTerm or whatever
Correct.
you're using. Right. So like
Yep.
I gotta have no friction on the
No
terminal
friction.
part. Like I gotta be able to click in there and type around and come back and scroll back down and everything
I gotta
works
hit
perfect.
Shift Enter and it's gotta work. I had
Gotta
it
do
gotta
all my
hit
little
Command
shortcuts and
C and it
stuff.
works.
Yes, oh yeah, I do
So
have a problem with the Command V. It doesn't always paste in correctly. That's a separate thing.
we fixed it.
Real-time bug report here. I figured
So
that one
this
you've
we
seen. Yeah.
rolled it in.
Yep.
So of course every 2E handles things slightly differently.
Mhm.
But we fixed it without doing 2E specific patches, which is something I'm always like, no,
Yeah.
don't do that.
Right.
Stop,
You
back
don't wanna go
up,
down that
quit
path.
doing
Yeah.
that. It's like,
Yeah.
well, if I detect its codecs, then I can add this route. And I'm like, no, no, no,
Yeah.
no, no.
I would
Fix
say
it.
avoid that.
Fix it
Yeah.
for real. And so the Shift Enter, the Command C, Command V, the dragging and dropping of images, we're all tuned up. We're all ready to
Oh,
go.
let's
Now the only
go.
thing
When do I get this? Stop holding
soon,
out on me.
soon,
Okay.
soon, soon. And I'm
All right.
holding out on or I'm rather not tackling right now the ability for people to have to use command as a terminal like keyboard modifier. So
Okay.
some people are like, I want to use command left arrow to jump to the beginning of the
Mm,
text, which I can
okay.
do if I set up my ghosty this way, or it's enabled by
Right.
default in warp. I have plans for that, so you can like customize your actual terminal, because by default, the terminal doesn't respond to command. That's supposed to
Right.
be like an app level thing,
Mhm.
not like a shell level thing or
Right,
whatever.
yeah.
But some apps, including Ghosty and Warp, will allow you to use more native Mac OS text
Mm,
handling where you can do command arrow and it jumps to the beginning
okay.
of the line.
Yeah,
That is coming, but I'm not gonna gate this release on that. I'm gonna get
yeah,
this one out the door, and then I'm gonna
good.
start tackling like more native text area handling.
I don't need that, so that's fine.
I don't want that. Like, I don't people are like, "Oh, I just expect it to work like a text box." I'm like,
Right.
"Why? It's not a text box. It's the
Yeah.
terminal." But alas, we give the
Yeah.
people what they want. So,
Alright, pay some bills, I have a question for you.
it's a tease.
Yeah.
This episode is brought to you by Iddybit,
Yes.
iddybit.com. Iddybit hooks into your storage bucket and handles all the annoying parts, and there are many, of processing large media files for you. If your project needs video, audio, or image processing that scales, you should check them out at iddybit.com. Thank you to Iddybit for sponsoring, and sponsored by the family, Laravel Private Cloud. Laravel Cloud frees your team from hands-on infra work so they can ship faster, but Laravel Private Cloud is Laravel's isolated infrastructure offering, ideal for organizations with strict security, compliance, or performance requirements. You can VPC peer into existing AWS resources and have full control. Check it out at cloud.laravel.com/enterprise.
There we go. Alright. Thank you to them. Everybody out there, get your sponsorships in. Come on,
That's
people.
right.
Anyway. Alright. Question. I'm curious, the people are curious, I'm sure. You don't have to go into exact numbers here. But in the Aaron Francis empire,
Yeah.
Solo and Faster.dev is, I assume Faster.dev is, just it costs more money or whatever, but like trajectory wise, what are you feeling? Are you feeling like Faster.dev is ultimately still going to be the bigger revenue source?
Fiscally,
Fiscally, is Solo going to, is there a world where Solo could compete with it?
there is a
What are you
world.
thinking? Okay.
There's a world.
Okay.
Um, I have just recorded a YouTube video
Mhm.
that at this point, as you are listening, dear listener, might be publicly available.
Okay.
So go like and subscribe, smash that button. Um, Solo has hit $10,000 in revenue.
All right. Congratulations.
Solo also has a generous free tier.
Yes,
And
it
so the
does.
user numbers are a lot bigger than the $10,000 would suggest.
Right.
Also, Solo is not there yet, right?
Right.
So it's
Right.
like
This is like a beta type of situation.
yeah, it's version 0.5 or whatever.
Doesn't have
And
a does it have
yet
even a real website? Like, I mean, does it have like a real website, the website's
Solo
kind of
does.
realish actually. Yeah. I'm just like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. The Solo does have a reasonable website. It's not like a
Yeah,
total
yeah, yeah.
placeholder website. Okay.
No, it took all of the $10,000 to get that website designed. So, um so
Hmm.
and Faster.dev has done much more than that
Right.
because more paying users, less free tier, costs more money. Now, I think they are fundamentally structured differently. I think
Mhm.
Faster.dev is a perfect bootstrapper lifestyle business
Right.
that could put food on my family for a long
Mhm.
time.
Yep.
Um, Solo, on the other hand, I think could go from 0 to 100. It
Mm.
could go from 0 to 0, but it could also go from 0 to 100 a lot
Mm.
faster. So
Okay.
once it's like once it's very stable, once I
Mm.
have the new Wilking designs, and once I have a couple of features that are coming, including like Git diffs and stuff like that,
Mhm.
um, I think there's a world where I could potentially raise money for Solo
Oh, he's
and
talking that
and
route.
do it, like do it for
Okay.
real. Um,
Okay. Interesting.
so I'm in the right space. This is
Yeah.
this
I
is
mean, there's a lot of
this
money
is
floating around in the
this is the
AI, yes.
hot space.
Yeah, no problem with the
I've
money.
I've got a few leads on money,
Yeah. Okay.
a few tenuous leads on getting some
Mhm.
money. I've got people that like it. Um, I think so. I don't think I could eclipse Faster.dev revenue with onesie twosies on solo. I
Okay.
think I could play the other game, which is the Go Big game with
Okay.
solo. I don't think I
Okay.
can play the Go Big game with Faster.dev. And
I
so I
would
think
agree with that.
structurally they're different. And
Yeah, it depends a little bit what exactly you mean, but yeah.
I think there's like a 50% chance that Faster.dev makes me good money. And I think there's
Right.
like a 3% chance that solo turns in to a lot more money. And so
Right.
what's the
Right,
EV,
exactly.
poker
Yeah.
terms, what's the
Right, there we
EV
go.
of that? I
Yeah.
don't fully know.
Interesting. Okay. All right. Yeah. I mean, I think, right. Like, I mean, I think that sounds about right. I mean, software is always going to eclipse a training
Content.
course
Yeah.
if you can scale it up, right? Like, so that's the thing. Yeah. No, I mean, I think like faster at dev, I think could be, it could never make the same amount of money as a scaled software product, but it could make millions and millions of dollars,
Mhm.
right? So like it could make a
Yeah.
lot of money, objectively a lot of money for a lot of
That's a lot of
years.
food for the
It's a
family.
lot of food. So if you're making $2 million a year on Faster.dev, like that's still a pretty nice living, right? Like
From
that's
your
even
lips to
though it's
God's
not
ears. Yeah.
the ability for you to make 10 million is probably very small, but the
I think
ability to
so.
make 1 million is probably pretty reasonable, right? So like, yeah. And then the software is totally different. Yeah, it's going to be, could it be a nice little bootstrapper product? That's like kind of its current trajectory. You're taking it, you're saying like, hey, what if we blow it out?
Right.
It's interesting.
It's
It's
interesting.
interesting. What do have you talked to people? What do they think about the blow it out potential? Because if you raise money, right? I guess the thing I would worry about raising money is this eternal thing. But for you in particular, like the expectation generally, unless you work out something different, is that you're going to be putting all your effort into the thing you've raised money to do, or at
Yeah.
least the vast majority of your effort. Um, so you are making a trade off probably of like,
For
can
sure.
you do a
Totally.
faster.dev or or you raise money, which seems like a lot of money, but okay, you have $5 million, but the expectation is like you're going to spend that money. It's not your money. So then, like, if in 3 years it doesn't work, you don't have that much more money than you had before. You try to get it figured out. But I mean, that's the risk reward, of course, too. If it works out,
Correct.
then you'll have 10 million or 50 million or 100 million, right? Like, who knows?
Mhm.
So where are you at on this then? What are you
I don't
thinking?
know.
Okay.
Um, my my focus right now is to make the product good.
Yeah.
So make the product good, um, and then make the product pretty. I think
Right.
that's pretty important. And
Mm-hmm.
I am through dollars, US dollars. I am working on making the product pretty, by which I
Right.
mean Will is making the product
Sure.
pretty.
Right.
Um, and that's a little diminutive. He's not only making it pretty, he's making it usable and um not obvious. What am I looking for? Usable and intuitive.
He-
That's what I'm looking for.
He's working on the actual like
He's working
UX
on the
in
actual
addition to
UX of it.
UI. Yeah. Yeah.
But for shorthand, we'll say make it good, make it pretty.
Right. Mhm.
Then I get a Steve Tenuto joint. I get a video done. You know,
Mhm.
once it's good, once it's pretty,
Mhm.
I get Steve to make me a killer video, and then
Mhm.
we see what happens.
Yeah.
I think at that point I'll be ready for the publicity. Right now, it's kind of like, hey, you should use it. I'm still working on it. At
Right.
some point, it'll be, hey, you should use it. No holds barred, right?
Right.
So then at that point, I think I will start to pull on the tenuous threads that I have for potential institutional funding, and we'll see what
Hmm.
happens.
But I don't know,
We'll have
strategically,
conversations.
I don't know about that if strategically I like that order of operations necessarily, because, like,
Well, reorder them.
well, I
PEMDOS.
think
What do you have?
I would reorder them because, like, once you've released it, there's a lot more real data, and almost always real data is not ideal. Like, I mean, unless it like super blows up, which in which case you don't have any problems, that's fine. But like if it just does well, like now there's a release that just did well, which is not as interesting as something that has the potential to do something great once it is released. Do you know what I mean?
I
Usually you want the
do.
money before you release, I think is the standard way you'd want to approach this generally.
I
Like, you are in a
do.
better position that way.
I don't know if I fully agree with that. I think if I if I release and it does poorly, then I should have gotten the money before. That
Right,
much I
that's what
know.
I'm saying, like, that's the downside. The
But
downside risk there is usually greater than the upside of, like, you release it, it's a huge hit. I mean, if it's a huge hit, you have money already, you might not even need that much money, or you might wanna take
all
on
the
more money
better.
to, like,
Yeah.
scale it up, right? But, like, if the goal is to have money so that, like, you can last 3 or 4 years, build a team, build it up, like, you might want that before you're actually launched. Now, this AI stuff is so frothy, maybe it's irrelevant and doesn't matter, right?
I think it's somewhat irrelevant.
Yeah.
I think if a firm gave I was going to call myself a kid. If a firm gave a grown man in Texas $5 million and they never saw it again, they're going to be like, well, it was worth a shot.
Right.
Um, and so I think it's super frothy. I think my goal is to get the daily active users on a good upward trend.
Mhm.
And which it is right now, in fact. So
Right.
maybe you're right. But to get the daily active users on a good upward trend and then take the proof that, like, listen, we're still super early. Like, we've got 1,000 daily active users, and last
Right.
week we had 800 or whatever.
Right.
We're still super early. And if you give me, and then this is nice, if you give me $5 million, we can blow it up. And listen, I'm a CPA. I'm a dad. I'm a
There you
grown
go.
ass man. I'm a responsible young man. And so I think
Uh,
the pitch could be compelling that, like, I built this thing by myself in the middle of, it's not a flyover state, but not in Silicon
sure.
Valley. Got 1,000 daily active users. I'm a CPA. Your money is safe with me. So I think the narrative is forming.
Yeah. I don't know if they care about the backside of that narrative as much as the, like, upside potential of, like, this is where see, to me, this is why you need to raise pre-launch because it's like, "Hey, we have 500 active users. I haven't even launched this thing yet. Like, I haven't even
Yeah.
talked about it. I haven't even gone to my people. I haven't even I've obviously done no advertising. Like, we talk about it a little bit on this podcast, that's it. Like, we have not done anything to get people using this other than a couple tweets effectively, and it's at 500 users or whatever, right? And last week it was at 400, and so you already have that, like, it's growing, and I think that it's like, I wanna be able to be like, and we haven't even done anything. Imagine when we do something, and if when we
Hmm.
did something, we'd have all this money behind it so that we could, like, really push it and send people to conferences and do whatever, blah, 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 whatever. I don't know. I think you want to be able to make that line, like you want to be able to fake that line as much as possible. You
Fake
know,
the
you
line.
want to be able to be
You want to,
optimistic about the line.
just for the record, because
Yeah,
everything's transcribed, you want to
sure.
cast a vision, is what you're
Yes,
saying.
you want
You
to
don't
have a
want to fake the
vision.
line. You want to cast a vision,
It's
because
not
where there is
fake.
no
It's you want to be
vision, the people
optimistic.
perish.
You
Yes.
don't want all this hard data that's like, oh, like the line leveled off a little bit after we did the big launch. Like, well, that's weird because the big launch should have like made the line go up faster, but instead it didn't go up faster, right? Like maybe it's still going up, but not as fast. I don't know.
So
Again, maybe
it's a
it's
risk,
irrelevant. It is a
because
risk,
if line go up, then
right?
I have more leverage, right?
If it goes up after,
If
yes.
line go up.
Maybe.
If lines stay flat after launch, then I have no leverage.
I don't know. I think your maximum leverage is always pre. I just feel like you could go in and ask for more money. Like maybe there's a discussion. I don't know how much more money it gets you if the line goes up after, unless it goes full, yes, open claw. Everybody uses this now. Fine. Like if you have
Right.
that, you can just ask for unlimited money and that's fine. But like short of that, which if you just want to go for that, that's fine. But like that's
I'm not gonna hit open
unlikely.
claw. Yeah.
Right.
That's not gonna happen.
So then I think realistic, like just on average, you're going to end up with more money if you do it before the big launch, I would think. Like if you did this 20 times, obviously no way to know, but if you did it 20 times, I think you're going to end up with more money on average if you get the money before you launch,
I
would
should
be
do it
my
20 times.
yeah, well, you got
I
6
should
more projects in the
I
can,
know.
right? So
I should do a control with all these other projects.
yeah. So anyway, you made a YouTube video. You never even told us what the YouTube video is.
The YouTube video is the headline.
Okay.
I'm going YouTube. The
Okay.
headline is, I vibe coded an app to $10,000.
Okay. It's about solo. I
The
gotcha.
content is, I actually don't think this qualifies as vibe coding.
Right. Yeah,
And
I think you
here's
put too much
why.
work into it, yeah.
Yeah, here's why, and here's why you should be skeptical of people saying I vibe coded
Right.
to $10,000.
I like this. Good YouTube video.
So it is playing the YouTube game without sacrificing my soul. It's like
Right.
this is gonna bring the people in, and then I can
Yeah,
I can expose them to the truth. That's
the
the
real
hope.
world. Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, just trying to like get it out even further without doing like a proper full on launch yet.
So where's your mind at, though? If somebody right now, Landsman Industries is here. I got $5 million for Aaron Francis. Are you saying, "Yep, I'm going for it. I'm going all in,"
Show
or
me the dotted line is what I'm
okay,
saying.
all right. So
Yeah,
you're
for
going
sure,
you're interested in the more aggressive path here.
for sure,
Okay,
100%.
okay,
There's
interesting.
no time like the present. And
Okay,
listen, if this is 1999 and I've got pets.com, I'm taking the money, you know? I think I think the product is very good.
Mm,
I think it is very useful. I am less certain on what is the biggest upside. Like, what is the, if I thread the needle, what is the big outcome? I don't know that for sure.
right.
I
Yeah.
think in reality, it is probably a sale to someone else.
Right.
I don't know that on its own we could have, even at a small level, a VC level outcome, but like as far as revenue goes, but build something up that somebody wants to buy, and
Yeah.
they get bought out, and we make 10x money. Great, that's awesome.
But don't you think that the VCs, again, maybe it's AI and they're just like, "We don't care." Like, maybe this turns into something, maybe it doesn't. But they're generally looking for the big outcome. So, like, what is the big outcome angle? Like, definitely, like, I think the app as it stands is gonna be hard to be like $100 million a year in revenue with, like,
Yeah, I agree, and
the
that's
app,
my
right?
point. Is I don't think revenue on its own
Right.
will generate a return that would make anybody excited. But
Right.
I think you know building uh building an app that gets bought by uh you know OpenAI, Anthropic, even somebody like
Right.
JetBrains, who's like,
Mhm.
IDEs are dead. What do we do now?
Yeah.
Ugh, I don't know.
Right.
Um, I think that's not crazy. I
No, that part's
again,
not
once
crazy.
looking that far out, the future starts to get a little fuzzy.
Yeah.
But I agree that on revenue alone, I don't think it gets to the point where VCs are happy. So maybe I take $5 million, it becomes free, and we pour gas on it for
Right.
distribution and hope that somebody comes along and buys it up.
Yeah, well, I'll be curious to hear about, like, and I don't know if we'll be able to share all this on the show or not, but whatever, like, the VC take, if you have some more of the conversations on, like, because to me, like, $5 million and our goal is Anthropic buys it for 30 is probably not that
They're
interesting to
probably not
them.
excited about that when they're raising
Right? So, like,
billion-dollar funds.
yeah, so,
Yeah.
like, I feel like it's like, what's your so then which is
So
fine,
give
I think
me
then
$50 million then. How about that?
or you have to create a bigger vision, right? Like,
Mm,
what is, like, if you could how do you get to 100 million in revenue with this as the foundation? Or, like you said, is it just free, and how do I get to 50 million users? And it's somebody else's problem to work out how they make revenue out of 50 million
right,
users, right? Whether it's ads in the thing or they just wanna have the people and they just wanna own the shell, right? And that's fine.
right.
Um, so yeah, there's something there, but, like, yeah, like a next phase vision is probably something that would be interesting to have. Like, how does it is there another path of a recurring stream of token revenue somehow or whatever? Who
Right.
knows? I don't
Yeah.
know. Like, there's something there where you're like,
Right.
there's more cost to the user potentially. Um, all right. But you've shared a lot here. Look, I got what a great question I had. Way more than I've thought out of it. There we
What a great
go.
question. What a
Well,
great question.
Aaron letting us on the
So
inside. So a lot going
if you
on. A lot you're thinking
have
about. Hmm.
$5 million and you're listening
Yeah. Yeah.
and you're like, I don't know what to do with this $5 million, which is a
Right.
situation we often find ourselves
I
in.
have that all the time.
Where do I put my $5 million?
Yeah.
Aaron Francis is where you put your $5
Just
million.
email it to Aaron Francis in
Just
Bitcoin.
email. You can
Yeah.
find me. I'm very findable.
Yeah.
$5 million, I'll take it. If you have 50, we should talk before you just wire it to me, because that's a lot of
Right.
money. But I will also take it. I will not begrudge $50 million. That's
Mm,
that's a saying I have around my house. Is
there
I
we
will
go.
not begrudge $50 million. So
There's also a world where, like, maybe this is more like a yeah, is there like a suite of tools for the AI
correct.
enhanced developer that Solo is one of, and maybe it's the cheapest one or it's the free one or whatever, and there are other things that might be useful. Yeah, there's a lot there. Still
There's a lot
early.
there.
Yeah. And once you have the money, you can always pivot. I've known many people who have, like, I started out to build product A and I raised $10 million and then product A sucked. And so now I do something completely different, totally unrelated. That's product B or whatever and whatever. So, all right. So you're a risk. Look at you think you're not a poker player. You're all about the
Risk on,
risk.
baby.
He's
Risk
risk
on.
on. Yes. All right.
So
All right.
VCs, send me your emails. I will gladly have Kelsey read them, and then she'll Slack me with the content of the email.
All right. Reach out. The Aaron Francis empire potentially
The
grows.
empire must grow.
All right. Let's get to what everybody's waiting for, the Project Hail Mary review. I read the book, so I don't really care about spoilers, but I guess we should be a little careful on spoilers for the people, at least big spoilers.
All right,
They've spoiled a
I'll
lot in the
start.
ads, so
I'll start no spoilies, and then I'll
yeah.
give a disclaimer when we transition to spoilers.
Okay.
So no spoiler review.
Mm.
You must see it in theaters.
It's
You
a total
must
Aaron
see it.
Francis movie.
Oh, it is hope core like you would
Yeah.
not believe.
Yeah.
You must see it. There was some murmuring in back channels when the
Mm.
trailers originally came out that was like, oh, I don't know if Ryan Gosling. Get serious.
You're a
Nobody
Gosling
could have
guy, though.
nobody could have done
Yeah.
this.
Mm.
Nobody could have done this except Ryan Gosling. Ryan
Yeah.
Reynolds would have been too self-aware,
Yeah,
like
no, you can't do
too
Ryan
self-referential.
Reynolds. No.
Tom Hanks could have done it, but he's an old
Tom
man
Hanks.
now.
Tom Hanks in his day could have done it, yes.
Tom Hanks in his day could have done this.
He
This
kinda did do it.
is
It's like Apollo 11, basically.
he did do it, yeah. So we know for sure that he could have.
Yeah.
So let's see what's not spoily. It's optimistic, it's encouraging,
Yeah.
it's uplifting. The visuals are stunning.
Mm.
Ryan Gosling talks to a rock for 3 hours. No
You love it?
notes. No
Yeah.
notes. It's perfect.
Yeah.
As seen in the trailer, there's kind of like a split timeline of like what
Mhm.
is happening in space and then what happened on Earth to lead us up to that point.
Right.
I thought that was handled very well.
Mm.
The split timeline can sometimes be hard to pull off.
Yep.
But I thought it was handled very well. And without spoiling, I thought the big reveal at the end of the Earth timeline really informed the current situation in space. So
Yep.
I think that was incredibly well done. If you've read the book, there are things they just gloss over. I mean, they have
Right.
to.
Yeah.
So, but I'm not frustrated by that at all. I don't think they
Yeah.
twisted anything. I don't think they changed any major plot points. I thought it was fantastic. IMAX is great. Highly encourage you to see it in IMAX. I looked up the aspect ratio, and IMAX is just so much taller.
Yeah.
It's
That's the thing.
almost square. It's crazy.
Yep.
But it's worth it. So drive the 40 minutes to go see your local IMAX.
Yeah. You don't have to do it. I've seen some screenshots on Twitter of people, like, with the same scene in a regular movie theater and then the IMAX for this movie, in like the same spot in this movie, and it's like, you just get so much more. I need the rest of the scene. Like, I got a big planet there. I gotta see the whole planet.
I know.
I can't have a cut-off planet. So, yeah, gotta do it.
Okay. Moving to, I won't spoil everything, but this will be spoily. So
Okay.
if you haven't read it and you haven't seen it, skip this part.
Yeah.
The dual timeline. So you'll remember from the book, we start in space. He's like, how did I get here? I don't remember anything.
Yeah.
He spends the rest of most of the movie trying to figure out how he got there. Meanwhile, we're getting flashbacks to life on Earth where he's like being dragged along into this, global crisis thing. The final Earth scene is basically, a couple of astronauts die. They decide Ryan Gosling's got to go to space. And he
Mhm.
says, I can't do it. No, the answer is no. And the perfectly cast East German woman is like, not an answer. You're going. And he refuses, and they hold him down and sedate him and send him to space, right?
Alright.
And so at this point, like he's in space and he's faced with this situation where he's like, Rocky's gonna die because the Talmiba is eating the astrophage,
Yeah, mhm.
and he finally remembers like, oh, I'm actually not brave. Like I didn't come here of my own volition. I I chickened out, and they forced me to come here.
Right,
And the turn is just so nice because it's like, I'm here doing all this brave stuff, but I didn't make this brave decision to come here.
right,
I can be different. I can be better. I can be brave.
right. Yeah,
I'm gonna make the brave and heroic choice this time that I couldn't make the
yeah.
first time.
Right.
I couldn't do it. But
Yeah.
now I can do it, and I'm gonna go save my friend and sacrifice
Mm.
my ability to return home. And
Oh,
it
man.
all came together so
Yeah.
perfectly with the I'm a coward and I'm gonna choose to be brave now. And it was like,
Yep.
oh, this is just
It's gonna be a
so
tearjerker,
freaking
isn't it?
good. Oh yeah, totally. So highly recommend. Spoilers over. Highly recommend Project Hail Mary. I will probably try to see it again in theaters before it goes
Man,
out, but
you doing
hopefully,
a double
I
theater
know,
run.
hopefully, I think it's going to stay in theaters for a long time because it's
I think
absolutely
so.
smashing.
Yeah, it's crushing. This is it's the largest opening day ever for a non, like, franchise, not
Yeah, I
Marvel
think
type movie.
second, last I checked, it was second behind Oppenheimer for largest opening of a
Mm.
non-franchise, which thank God, give me more non-franchise.
Yes,
Like
we're in a good streak here.
as much as I want Fast and Fast 12, like
Sure.
I don't want to see Spider-Man learn that he's Spider-Man for an eighth
Yeah.
time. Like
Yeah.
I don't want to see that again. Give me something new. And
And even
this is not even original IP. Obviously, it's based on a
right.
book, but I don't care. It's not a
Yeah.
franchise. It
Yeah.
is something new.
And at least, even like a Fast movie or whatever, it's like, yeah, every 5 years you get a Fast movie. Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, like you're just like 2, 3 a year for the last 10 years of
Oh,
these
the
superhero
cinematic
movies. It's like, it's
universe.
a
It's
little
gotta
much. Like,
go.
yeah, it's a
Yeah.
little much. So, all right. So, gotta see it. This is what
Gotta see it.
I expected you would like it. I wasn't expecting you to go opening weekend to it though.
Opening
Jeez
weekend. Got a
Louise. Okay.
babysitter, gathered up a couple of friends. We all went and saw it
Oh,
together.
okay. Did a
Yeah.
night out.
Did a night out.
Interesting. Man. All right. I tried to drag the kids. They were like, man, they were busy. My daughter's sick and whatever. So I don't know. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna do this. But I gotta go. Maybe Friday I might go.
You should go.
Gotta see it. Gotta see it in IMAX. That's it. You settled that for me. I was like gonna chicken out to make it easier on the family, but they're just gonna have to get drug along to the
Yep.
IMAX in Danbury,
Load
and
up
that's
the
just the way it
Rivian,
is.
go
Yep.
drive, charge while you're watching, and
Yep.
it's worth it.
It's
Totally
gonna
worth
have
it.
to happen. All right. Sounds good. Anything else we gotta cover?
Oh, we can cover Jason Fried next week.
Yeah, we already kind of touched on it anyway. We should shout out Eric. Eric Barnes launches .dev .co, which is a service to aggregate sort of dev related content creators and do the ad sales for them or in addition to their ad sales. We haven't talked about this yet, but we'll probably, yeah, sure, use him at some point because, hey, we need more advertisers, people.
Need more
Um,
ads.
but if you make dev oriented content, you should check out .dev.co because he's going to be doing some cool stuff and he's the perfect person to do it. He's already got
He
a million
is.
contacts with all these sponsors from Laravel News and he's got a base in Laravel News. And so I think it's going to do well with it. I'll be interested to see how it goes.
If you're a developer content creator and you don't play golf 4 times a week, you need .dev
That's
.co because
right.
Eric Barnes does. And where do deals
Yes.
happen? On the golf course.
Everybody knows that.
Everybody knows that.
He's got to move to San
So
Francisco. That's the only thing. I
he
want him doing
really
these deals in
does.
San Francisco golf courses. That's the
He
final
really does.
stage, or at least have a second house out there, where he hangs out, he golfs for a week, comes back, goes back and forth a bit. Um, but anyway, all right. Thanks everybody for listening. Check us out at mostlytechnical.com. Sponsor the show. Thanks to the advertisers. And tomorrow, if you're still here, we will be on Nuno, which the day you're listening to this, we're going to be on Nuno's live stream. So check Twitter and all the other social networks for that. And we will see you later.
See ya.
Bye.